Ladies and gentlemen, could you please rise for the entrance of the University of Saskatchewan 2018 Spring Convocation graduates.
Would the graduands please turn and face the platform? Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2018. We are fortunate today to have the Honourable Tom Malloy, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Saskatchewan, with us for Convocation. In a moment, I will ask you to stand for his honours entrance. Once his honour is in his seat, the orchestra will play the Vice-Regal Salute. The Royal Salute comprises excerpts from God Save the Queen and O Canada. Please do not sing during the Vice-Regal Salute. Following the salute, would you please remain standing and join, and I mean join, our vocalist, Angela Urichanine, in the singing of O Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, His Honour William Thomas Malloy, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Saskatchewan. Once again, welcome to our graduands, distinguished guests, friends and families, and those who are joining us on live stream this morning. My name is Beth Bilson. I'm the University Secretary, and I now have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. So beginning with the front row on your right, Russ Eisinger, University Registrar, Patty McDougall, Vice Provost Teaching, Learning and Student Experience, Deborah Pozega Osborne, Vice President University Relations, Karen Chad, Vice President Research, Henry Gardapi, Traditional Knowledge Keeper, the Honourable Sanjeev Anand, Judge of the Provincial Court of Saskatchewan, the Honourable Gordon Wyant, Deputy Premier and Minister of Education, Tony Vanelli, Provost and Vice President Academic, President Peter Stoichev, Chancellor Roy Romano, the Honourable Tom Malloy, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, Merlis Belcher, Honorary Degree Recipient, Martin Phillipson, Dean, College of Law, who will be presenting this morning's Honorary Degree Recipient. Fan club. Melissa Just, Dean of the University Library, Keith Willoughby, Dean of the Edwards School of Business, Chad London, Dean of the College of Kinesiology. And in the second row, our orators, Dave Mensch and Rick Devon, Grit McCreath, Honorary Ambassador of the University of Saskatchewan, Eric Olawson, MLA, Saskatoon University, Coden Nickbacht, President of the University of Saskatchewan Student Union, Chelsea Wilness, Associate Dean, Edwards School of Business, Joy Crawford, representing the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association and a member of the Board of Governors, Asit Sarkar, representing the University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association, Marie-Eve Presber, a Graduate Students Association Indigenous Liaison, Noreen Mahoney, Associate Dean, Students and Degree Programs of the Edwards School of Business, Doug Surtees, Associate Dean, Academic College of Law. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates. We acknowledge the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis on which we have gathered for this event. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song. Please be seated.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful on behalf of everyone who's on stage today to see such a great turnout. These celebrations are the high point of the year for the University of Saskatchewan. We're so proud of the graduates who are going to cross the stage today. I'm going to get to shake every hand, and I'm going to be proud to do it. It's a great occasion, and thank you very much for being here. I want you to know that we don't always dress this way at work. Some of us do at home. I do when I go out to get the mail in the morning, much to the consternation of dogs in the neighborhood. But we're doing this for you because it's such an important occasion. Eminent Chancellor, graduates and families, honored guests, I do thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. There are many people on the stage I want to thank, in particular at today's convocation, and permit me to do so. I want to acknowledge today's knowledge keeper, Henry Gardapi, who has been here for now 5 of these convocation ceremonies. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. It's so important that you are. The Buffalo Boys drum group, whom you just heard, who sing that honors song every single convocation ceremony that we have to honor the graduands and their futures. His Honor, the Honorable Tom Malloy, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, your pride in the University of Saskatchewan is only matched by our pride in the fact that you were installed as Lieutenant Governor just a few short weeks ago. The Honorable Gordon Wyant, Deputy Premier and Minister of Education, is here. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. And MLA Erica Lawson, the Honorable Sanjeev Anand, Provincial Court of Saskatchewan, is here. And Honorary Ambassador Grit McCreath, who travels here on these occasions and many others to serve the university from Calgary. I also want to acknowledge Merlis Belcher. You'll be hearing from him shortly, our honorary degree recipient today. We're so proud of him and the wonderful orchestra playing for us today. I also want to acknowledge the many faculty who are on the stage here behind me in front of you, who are the core of the university. They've been leaders and mentors for so many of you who will graduate here today. We're here to celebrate a milestone in the lives of the graduates who will soon cross this stage. We're proud of them, they're proud of what they've done, and life is indeed richer when we collectively acknowledge success and hard work and rites of passage, such as this one today. We're also here because this university has brought us together. A university is truly a wonderful thing, a great experiment in the ongoing conversation we call democracy. Universities are crucial participants in that conversation. I'm sure you would all agree we are so fortunate to be in Canada and to have the freedoms that we have. Given the world we're in now, where it's difficult to separate out what's true and what's not true, where our future depends on knowledge and the good use of it, where research holds the key to our greatest challenges, where free speech and informed speech are critical to our humanity, universities are needed more than they have ever been. And the University of Saskatchewan is needed more than it has ever been. What all of you crossing this stage today, strengthened with the University of Saskatchewan degree, go on to do in your lives will matter immensely to our collective future. You did all the work. For the most part, you went to the classes. You did write the essays and assignments and exams, and you earned the right to be here in this moment today. But you and I know that many others helped. So take the time shortly to thank your spouses and partners, parents and grandparents, friends, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, communities, elementary school teachers, high school teachers, the professors you appreciated or your classmates who helped you out, because you don't achieve something this big without a lot of help along the way. Many graduates are sitting in seats like you are, in auditoriums like this one, across the country today, getting their university degrees. But I want to tell you that there is something special about a U of S degree. And it's because at this university we govern ourselves not only on the basis of what we want to be, but what the world needs us to be. The world needs cures for cancer, and we are the home of the cobalt-60 radiation cancer therapy that revolutionized cancer treatment in 1951 and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. The small Acme Machine and Electric Company, just around the corner from us here on Idlewild Drive, built the casing. Researchers at the U of S built the concept. Many thousands of patients were treated here over the next 20 years until it was replaced with newer technology in 1971. Sylvia Fedoric, who later became Saskatchewan's Lieutenant Governor and after that our Chancellor, was a graduate student member of the project's team. Significant cancer research continues at the U of S, building on that world-famous history. The world needs thoughtful, educated, and humane leaders, and some of the country's most formative holders of high office got their degrees here. Among them are Prime Minister John Diefenbaker, Governor General Ray Natishin, premiers such as Scott Moe and our Chancellor Roy Romano. In all, 9 Canadian premiers have now been students at the U of S. Many lieutenant governors of Saskatchewan, including Lieutenant Governor Tom Malloy, a former U of S chancellor, many Canadian ambassadors to countries around the world, dozens of high-ranking public servants in Ottawa, such as Gordon Thiessen, former governor of the Bank of Canada, Aboriginal leaders like our previous Chancellor Blaine Fable, former chief of the FSIN. The world needs groundbreaking researchers who change how we understand the world we live in, and people who went on to receive Nobel Prizes were here. One was chemistry graduate student Henry Tobey, who received it in 1983. Another Nobel laureate from the U of S was Gerhard Hertzberg, who was offered a position in physics here by our first president, Walter Murray, to escape Nazi Germany when no other university on this continent had the vision or the humanity to offer him one. Hertzberg won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1971. The world needs great business leaders, and we have graduated many, including Murray Edwards, Brett Wilson, and our honorary degree recipient, Merlis Belcher. The world needs great writers, and writers such as Sharon Butala, who wrote Perfection of the Morning, and 3-time Governor General's Award winner Guy Vanderhaeghe were here. Hilda Neatby, who wrote the famously controversial book on Canadian education, So Little for the Mind. The world needs open-minded, courageous, and compassionate members of the justice sector, and we have graduated many from the U of S. Supreme Court Justice Emmett Hall was a student here, a law school classmate of John Diefenbaker's, and Diefenbaker later became our Chancellor. Justice Hall's report for the 1964 Royal Commission on National Healthcare Services recommended that Canada adopt Saskatchewan's public health insurance model. In it, he wrote that the only thing more expensive than good health care is no health care. Emmett Hall later became Chancellor of the U of S. Roy Romano, another law school alumnus and now our Chancellor, authored in 2002 the only other Royal Commission on the future of health care in Canada. These aren't only examples of justice in action, they're examples of social justice in action. The world needs great athletes and coaches, and Olympian Sandra Schmerler, Coach Lyle Sanderson, track athlete Diane Jones-Konahowski, NHL coaches Mike Babcock and Dave King were at the U of S. In fact, recently, 4 of the NHL's head coaches were student athletes here with Huskies hockey. And we think again of the athletes and leaders and those supporting them who lost their lives in the Humboldt Broncos tragedy. Some of them were U of S students, and they put in perspective for us what a privilege it is to be here celebrating the beautiful futures of our young people. The world needs peace, sometimes hard fought. And in this, the 100th anniversary of the end of the First World War, I am reminded of the 345 faculty, students, and staff who enlisted in it. 69 sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. They're commemorated on the university's memorial gates on College Drive. More than 100 more were wounded, and 35 were awarded Medals of Valor. The university gave so many brave soldiers to the cause that the College of Engineering closed its doors for the 1916-17 academic year when its faculty and students and staff enlisted en masse. More U of S soldiers were killed in the war than graduated from here in 1918, exactly 100 years ago from this convocation we are celebrating together today. These are examples of what I mean when I say that we're the university the world needs. Now in our second century, enjoying a time of peace here secured by those who went before us and by the accomplishments of our alumni and faculty, we are seen as a research leader in the country, with Canada's only synchrotron, where we've pioneered how to produce medical isotopes without using a nuclear reactor. There is a huge national and international demand for these isotopes due to the closure of Chalk River just a few weeks ago. And our cyclotron is now producing medical isotopes to the Royal University Hospital instead of bringing them in from Hamilton, Ontario, a fitting homage to that cobalt-60 work done here over half a century ago. The world needs to provide food to its rapidly growing population. In order to meet the world's food needs, agricultural productivity needs to almost double. Our Global Institute for Food Security is helping do just that. The world needs to understand the reasons for droughts and floods to safeguard our communities against tragedies such as the recent ones in Calgary, Houston, New Brunswick, BC, and here in Saskatchewan. Our Global Institute for Water Security, the largest university-led water security research center in the world, is doing just that. These two institutes are also examples of how we bring together different parts of the university to work on global problems. With 17 colleges and graduate schools, we have more than any other Canadian university of our size. This is a crucial feature of who we are, because although we do not know what the solutions are to the major challenges that we face today, we do know this, that they are not going to be solved by a single researcher in a single discipline, but by many people from many disciplines working together. We are poised to help do just that, with faculty like the ones on the stage before you, who are at the cutting edge of research, scholarly, and artistic work. All these things matter. They demonstrate why we are one of the top 15 research-intensive universities in the country, and why the U of S leads all 96 universities when it comes to the per capita economic impact on the surrounding region. They demonstrate how we make our province, Canada, and the world a better place. Saskatoon, too. Great cities need and deserve great universities. A strong relationship between the two is crucial, and we're fortunate to have one with the City of Saskatoon, a formal partnership that is the first of its kind in Canada between a major university and the city that it's in. I say all this to emphasize that the U of S degree you've worked hard to receive today has tremendous value. Many employers tell me that when they see an application from a U of S grad, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high and because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots. And also, crucially, because you haven't just learned one particular area of study, you've learned how to transfer what you've learned in one discipline to what is needed in another. You've learned about excellence, and excellence is a transferable skill. Why does that matter? Because we will all need to be able to solve problems we can't even imagine today. Saskatchewan's future will depend on it. The world's future is going to depend on it. 44% of the available jobs in this province require the skills and knowledge that a university education provides. 44% of them do. But only 25% of Saskatchewan's workforce has a university education. This underscores the critical importance of investing in higher education and the fact that we are a crucial part of the province's future success. The U of S is a leader in helping Saskatchewan stay ahead of the innovation curve. Without our kind of research and teaching, there is no innovation. And without innovation, there is a diminished future for all of us. So now, more than ever before, we all need people with degrees like yours from a university like yours to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity. And I am proud that we now have students from 109 countries attending the U of S, and many of those countries are represented by graduands here today. The world also needs us to be a country that responds to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Because as its chair, Senator Murray Sinclair, stated at the U of S just over 2 years ago, education is the key to reconciliation. I'm grateful that the U of S is seen in this country as a participant, not a bystander, in building reconciliation. And this year we have more Indigenous students at our university than ever before in our history. In 1915, Annie Mackay became the first Indigenous student to graduate from here. And she went on to work at the university for 44 years. At this week's ceremonies, almost 400 Indigenous students will graduate. This year, more than 3,100 Indigenous students are enrolled at the U of S. That's up 28% over the last 5 years. We are at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural challenge and opportunity of its history. Being the university the world needs today means committing to reconciliation, to reconciliation, not to supplant traditional Western understanding, but to enrich it, acknowledge thousands of years of deep learning that occurred here long prior to it, and give all students a more informed and ultimately more compassionate understanding of the world, knowing that the measure of a civilization is its compassion, not its ability to consume. Achieving this will take a strategic mixture of patience and impatience, and it will take time. But as Walter Murray wrote to a friend in 1908 when traveling here to begin his work as our first president, we are building for centuries. So in the end, what's all this that you're achieving today about? Only you can actually answer that for yourself, but part of it is about being able to contribute to your community, this province, this country, this world we're in, to be a person the world needs in your own right. For me, it's always been about a passion for the idea of a university, a radical experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society and respectful critics of it, where we can be building for centuries. For the Annie Mackays, Roy Romanows, John Diefenbakers, Gerhard Hertzbergs, Hilda Neatbys, Sharon Butalas, Emmett Halls, Sylvia Fedoricks, Merlis Belchers of this world, it was about something else. None of them, while at university, knew exactly where they were headed, but they knew to listen for a passion to follow, and that became an endless journey. For you, it will be something else. Doesn't matter exactly what it is, but be passionate and compassionate about it and use it for good. Congratulations to today's graduates.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you Merlis Belcher. Merlis Belcher is a successful businessman and philanthropist whose acts of generosity reflect a deep commitment to volunteerism and to his community. Mr. Belcher grew up on the family farm and attended elementary school at McCord, a small village in southwestern Saskatchewan named after his pioneer grandfather. Tragically, when he was just 15 years old, both of his parents died in a blizzard near their homestead. It was thanks to a caring group of community members and 2 older siblings that he was guided to his new home at Luther College in Regina, where he finished his high school education and his interest in pursuing a university education deepened. He attended the University of Saskatchewan, graduating in 1957 with a Bachelor of Commerce degree, and was admitted to the Saskatchewan Institute of Chartered Accountants shortly after in 1960. Mr. Belcher started an accounting practice to finance further education. He returned to the U of S to pursue a law degree, graduating with a Bachelor of Laws in 1963. And following the bar exams, he was admitted to the Law Society of Saskatchewan in 1964. He remains an active member in his professions of both law and accounting. A businessman by nature and choosing to stay in his beloved Saskatchewan, in 1965, Mr. Belcher purchased a concrete products manufacturing business in Saskatoon. Over the next 43 years, using innovation, technology, and business acquisitions, he grew his business to become one of the most diversified precast concrete products manufacturers in Western Canada. This business was sold to a Vancouver and Chicago-based private equity firm in 2008, but Mr. Belcher remains a limited partner within the organization. He has always been involved in his community in Saskatoon. This included years of coaching minor and junior hockey and minor baseball. He served on boards and committees in many capacities in business, the not-for-profit sector, church, sports, and political organizations. Currently, he serves on one committee in each profession. He has served on both the College of Commerce, now the Edwards School of Business, and the College of Law's Dean's Advisory Committees. Influenced by his parents at a young age, Mr. Belcher believes in giving back to his community. He has been donating to the University of Saskatchewan for decades, and the College of Law, Edwards School of Business, and College of Medicine have all benefited from Mr. Belcher's continuing philanthropy, as well as Luther College in Regina, the Saskatoon Hospital Foundations, Leslie and Irene Dubé Center for Mental Health, and many more charities. In 2016, Mr. Belcher made the founding donation that is allowing the university to build a new multi-sport complex on campus. He has made a visionary gift that will serve generations of university and community athletes, and the university is proud to be opening Merlis Belcher Place later this year. Over his career, Mr. Belcher has received a number of major awards, including U of S Alumni Achievement Award, the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal, Senior Life Membership from the Law Society of Saskatchewan, the Fellow Chartered Professional Accountant designation from CPA Saskatchewan, and he was named the 2018 recipient of the Sabex Hall of Fame Award by the Greater Saskatoon Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Belcher remains connected to his roots, with farming interests at McCord. He has 4 sons, 1 daughter, and 3 grandchildren. For his outstanding accomplishments in philanthropy, it's an immense privilege to award an honorary degree of laws degree to Mr. Merlis Belcher. Eminent Chancellor, I present Merlis Belcher and ask that you will confer on him the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, Tom Malloy, Chancellor Romano, President Stoichev, honored platform guests, faculty, staff, graduates, parents and grandparents, family, and friends. I am humbled by this honor bestowed by the University of Saskatchewan. Thank you so very much. And at this time, I want to say that was a very inspiring and informative address you gave, Dr. Stoichev. And I'm sure the graduates will leave here very inspired. This morning, all of us award recipients will reflect with gratitude on those responsible for our being here today. It has been several decades since I was on a convocation platform. Before I begin speaking to the graduates, I want to acknowledge that there are many people on this platform I've known for years. I value your presence and your friendship. It is an honor to be on the same stage as you this morning. I also want to mention that Chancellor Romano and I were classmates in the College of Law many years ago. And congratulations, Mr. Chancellor, on your very distinguished career, and not only in Saskatchewan, throughout Canada. A warm welcome to each of you graduates who will be receiving a degree today. I will only delay that process by about 10 minutes. I am the product of parents and grandparents who were pioneers in southwestern Saskatchewan in the early 1900s. This morning, understandably, my thoughts drift to my childhood on a farm near the village of McCord. Those thoughts include my parents, and especially my mother, who was so interested in education. The rural setting where my grandfather, Richard McCord, homesteaded is where I received my elementary education and first learned how to face the many challenges of life. For a few moments this morning, I'm going to speak to you about choices and decisions that you may face at various points of your career. I do hope it will give you confidence as you move forward. I will also touch on several lessons that I learned during my working life. As my pathway into manufacturing was somewhat different, I feel it is relevant that I briefly share with you how my education at this university led to a lifetime career in industry in this great province. Dean Martin has referred to some of my education, so this will be a bit repetitive. And by the way, thank you very much for the kind introduction. I completed high school at Luther College in Regina and entered the College of Commerce, graduating with a major in accounting. Following 3 years of articling and more exams, I became a chartered accountant. That same year, that fall actually, I entered the College of Law, graduating 1 year after. And after 1 year of articling, writing the bar exams, taking the oath, I was admitted to the Law Society of Saskatchewan. During the 3 years of articling, to become a chartered accountant and to provide income for law school and my family, I was exposed to a wide variety of business enterprises, all of which I found fascinating. It was my responsibility as a student in training to prepare their profit and loss statements. I had never heard the word profit uttered by my farming parents. I do remember hearing the word debt. Instead of remaining in public practice as a lawyer, 1 year after being called to the bar, I made a different choice. With much help from a friendly bank and very fair terms of payment from the sellers of the company, I became a 29-year-old owner of a Saskatoon-based concrete products manufacturing business. Truthfully, I had wanted to own that business soon after being introduced to it as a 22-year-old accounting student. Manufacturing and marketing of precast concrete products throughout Saskatchewan became my working life and career for the next 43 years. For the majority of you graduates today, I am sure what has been on your mind over the past several months has to do with the job market as it relates to your planned career. Questions such as, will I have a secure and good-paying job? Where will it be? And in what kind of organization? I suggest that your education will lead to diverse career possibilities for you. My message is to be open to these opportunities and pursue them with vigor. Recently, while listening to the CBC, the subject matter was why some PhDs are switching from academia to a different career path. A gentleman had finished his PhD in geochemistry, as well as a postdoctoral program at Harvard. There were no permanent teaching positions. His education, however, permitted another choice. Today, he is the proud owner of a bicycle sales and repair business. Similarly, a young woman was pursuing a PhD in women's studies, only to discontinue, using her undergraduate degree to become the owner of a florist business. To the parents and grandparents in the audience, if your son, daughter, or grandchildren should call and express that they are considering a different career path, take a deep breath, listen to their plan, offer support, and relax. If they should say they're going into business for themselves, then reach for a special pen and be ready to co-sign for a loan at the bank. When you walk across the stage today, you have achieved a major accomplishment. Please realize that this is not the end of the learning and education process. In whatever you choose as a career, ongoing learning and further study will be necessary. It is my belief the answer to the question of a rewarding future is dependent on innovation and technological developments. The world is changing. This is the digital age. The Conference Board of Canada defines innovation as the development of new or improved products, services, or processes. Organizations that innovate can enhance competitiveness. A company that hesitates to change or expand often becomes irrelevant. Decades ago, the manufacturing of concrete blocks was slow, labor-intensive, with questionable resulting product quality. To manufacture a typical 8-inch concrete block, it was one at a time, a very few hundred in a day. Today, with automated machinery, there is no physical labor, and every 4.8 seconds, 4 of these 200-millimeter concrete blocks are manufactured with dimensional precision and exceptional quality. When you are seeking a position or thinking about a business opportunity, quietly inquire about the history of the company. Are they into innovation or satisfied with the status quo? Is the company into research and development? The companies do not have to be large. They just require an objective to constantly improve and modernize their operation. Possibly you can ask the organization executives about their views on innovation. Does the organization promote industry-specific learning opportunities to enhance your education and skills? In a paper published by the Government of Canada in December 2016 entitled Innovation for a Better Canada, I'm now quoting, "Innovation starts with the creativity and ingenuity of people, specifically people who are properly prepared to apply their brain power in search of new solutions." That's the basis of the innovation that we live in. And you heard in the address from Dr. Stoichev, you heard him refer to this kind of advanced skill, learning and transferable skills, and so on. So I suggest when seeking employment, you be aware that innovation, technological advancement, and digital applications are an integral part of today's changing world. That is so whether it is in the professions or entrepreneurship. The professions of law and accounting have been very conscious of their duty to provide easy access to required information for the benefit of the public. As an example, to assist the public with self-representation in legal matters, the legal profession is creating technology that provides for easier and less expensive access to justice. To those graduates entering into the professions or other career opportunities, I urge that you continue to broaden your learning, including professional development, such that you have transferable knowledge and skills. It is your generation that we expect to lead the way for the future, and you've already received an inspirational message on that front. The degree that you are receiving today is like a foundation. It is your choice and responsibility as to whether you will build on that concrete base. I now want to share a few suggestions with you that may help you in your careers, regardless of whether you are practicing a profession, an owner of a business, or an employee. These are lessons that I have learned over the years. And I should add, while operating our company, We didn't do everything perfectly. So don't take anything away from what I'm saying, that I'm suggesting that we were perfect. We were not. Our company had customers in the municipal, provincial, institutional, First Nations, retail, and contracting sectors. The lessons I learned, or some of the lessons I learned, were maintain ethical conduct in whatever you do. Honesty and integrity must never be compromised. Honor commitments to clients and deliver services and quality products as promised. Offer high standards of competence and skills. Treat all people with whom you interact with the utmost respect and kindness. Work hard. It's the key to success. I know your thoughts today will be on your parents, grandparents, elementary and high school teachers, and the people that helped you through the journey of learning. This is indeed a proud day for them as well. Speaking from experience, as you age and success is achieved, that gratitude to those that supported you will often be on your mind. As you journey through the rest of your life, remember those who helped you and help them in return. It has been one of the most fulfilling aspects of my journey to be able to give back, and especially to our university. Currently, university faculty and staff are very much engaged with the alumni. I simply wish to say in a most delicate manner that our university and your college needs your assistance. That can be provided in many ways. Be receptive when asked to give of your time and expertise. Serving on the Dean's Advisory Council, the Alumni Association, or other areas that relate to the governance of our university can be very fulfilling. And of course, financial support at whatever level you can. Small when you are starting out, as even small donations send a message, an important message, to the university of thanks. To all of you, I wish you the very best and success in your careers, and hopefully every day you go to work, you will be happy. It has indeed been a great honor to speak to you this morning, and especially thank the Senate for arranging that it would be the Edwards School of Business, the former College of Commerce, and of course the College of Law, two colleges that I love very much. May you enjoy a life of fulfillment and a career that is personally satisfying and rewarding. The remainder of this day belongs to you. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
If I could have the attention of the graduands for a moment, I'm going to tell you what happens next. You will be making your way over to this side of the platform. As you move forward towards the first podium over there, if you would turn and face the camera, there will be a hood put over your shoulders. Then proceed to the first podium and give the orator the card that you've been provided with, or cards, and your name will be announced. Once your name is announced, and this is your big moment, you come over to shake the hand of the Chancellor, and he will admit you to the Convocation of the university. So on that side of the stage, you will be a graduand. On this side of the stage, you'll be a graduate. You never know, the Lieutenant Governor might shake your hand as well, but they don't have time for autographs. So. Then you can proceed across the stage, and you will be greeted by the President and presented with a parchment by the Dean or Associate Dean of your college, and then you can make your way back down the stairs to your seat. So if the graduates in the first row will get up and make your way over to the stage.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Business Administration. I present to you Susan A. Arling. Edward John Paul Benoni. Rebecca Elza Moura Cardenas. Pamela Dawn Cowles. Ian Riel Redaza Felipe. Richard Arnold Coleman. Maria Silvia Iglesias Aravello. Crizel Nolan Linsangan. Tammy Ann Lynn. Brandy Louise Morphy. Tammy Lou Morrison. Lori Kathleen O'Brien. Amelia Marie Teresa Palmer. Andrew Christopher Schroeder. Murray Thomas. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. I present to you Alyssa Adolph. Sarah Ann Renee Adrian. Aken Dut Aken, with distinction. Chi An. Erin Ann Anderson, with distinction. Ty Archer. Vita Arpolenko. Sean Christopher Asham. Tanner David Acey. Alexandra Georgia Barlas, with distinction. Narendra Batbayar. Jonathan Michael Bell. Jana Bendasuk. Rachel Jane Benroth, with great distinction. Carter John Berg. Jose Michelle Bertholet, with distinction. Landon Drew Biker, with great distinction. Marnie Lynn Bieber. Tyler Marie Bittner, with distinction. Shirelle Margate Borja. Cole Raymond Barassa. Sean Matthew Bourgeois. Brendan Brian Robert Boyd. Monica L. Boyer, with distinction. Michaela Dawn Brandel. Kiana Nicole Begarin. Jesse Aaron Burns, with distinction. Dustin Cadot, with great distinction. Robert Cannon, with honors and distinction. Hong Wei Chow. Stephen Edward Castle. Brianne May Champion, with distinction. Coralie Chanthavon, with distinction. Jamie Chen. Yubo Chen. Erica Marie Chessel, with distinction. Brett Showman, with distinction. Wyatt James Clifford. Brendan Victor Colville, with great distinction. Ria Mariah Conlon, with distinction. Grady Neil Kotu. Hengru Dang. Kelly Heather Davidson, with distinction. Benedict Luzong de Gala. Landon Graham DiGirolamo. Chantal Ruby Delage, with distinction. Stephanie Denise Deptuck. Ideen Domich. Cole Jesse Dale Dion, with great distinction. Sarah Depker, with great distinction. Michael Isaiah Dunauer. Nicholas Ryan Dunauer. Shanna Brienne Drozd, with great distinction. Samuel Dewick. Amelia Jane Teresa Dunning, with great distinction. Ellen Avera Durant, with distinction. Chelsea Edwards. Taylor Dawn Ellingson. Shalana Marie Elliott, with distinction. Marina Kathleen Ellis. Caitlin Janine Engel, with distinction. Ying Yang Feng. Shelby Ferguson. David Fortosky. Tyson Jeffrey Foster, with distinction. Justin Riley Fox. Austin Riley Friesen, with honors and distinction. Christopher William Friett Miller, with great distinction. Jade Carmen Galarno. Dustin Ty Gasmo, with distinction. Tanner Elliott Chase Gattinger. Daniel Robert Gaucher. Taylor Don Gehring, with distinction. Kylie Ray Gerwing, with distinction. Madhurja Gush, with distinction. Gurman Singh Gill, with distinction. Nicole Brianne Good. Joshua Russell Grella. Nicholas Allen Michael Grona, with distinction. Brennan James Habitler, with distinction. Shiv Hilary. Ian Robert Hogue. Jillian Margaret Hemstock, with great distinction. Mark Robert Herrick. Madison Alice Hiltz. Amos Andrew Hogel. Danielle Nicole Hopkins, with great distinction. Siran Hugh. Johnny Huang. Yaoli Huang. Alyssa Rosanna Huber, with distinction. Chioma Adekimisola Igbokwe. Salim Jaradat. Kimberly Alexandra Jones. Madison Josephson. Zoma Kalim. Rhett Craig Koppel. Kobe Rob Keln with great distinction. Jesse Tasia Kendall with distinction. Amanda Condra. Adam Peter Kowalchuk with distinction. Kylie Elise Krell with great distinction. Douglas Richard Thomas Krollman. Jared Ivan James Kresinowski. Jonathan Kulik with distinction. Shelby Kendra Kirsch with distinction. Brandon Matthew Koos. Casey Leanne Kirschnerick with great distinction. Heather Brianne Kuspera. Julianne Haley Labach with high honors and great distinction. Lyndon Amy LaPrairie with great distinction. Owen John LaRock. Lauren Nicole Leschishin with great distinction. Tanner Jonathan Lavelle. Yidan Lee. Tony Elma Eileen Lindgren with distinction. Ni Liu with honors and distinction. Yoxin Liu with distinction. Yifeng Liu. Mary Kirsten Chua Law, with great distinction. Brooke Taylor Lobdo, with honors and distinction. Mihai Laurent. Nathan Armin Lowe's, with great distinction. Davida Louis Jr., with distinction. Kizin Liu. Dylan Thomas McNabb. Maria Veronica Penpena Maestro Campo, with distinction. Aihua Mao. Rebecca Allison Marcotte. Jaden Jill Matsala, with high honors and great distinction. Nicole Marie Matsala, with great distinction. Jordan Cameron McBride, with high honors and great distinction. Alexander John McPhee, with great distinction. Lillian Frida McKay. Stephen McLean. Megan Dawn McLeod, with honors. Zane Mehdi. Sarah Ann Mailing. Charlene Mercado. Michael Rohan Miller, with great distinction. Bryce Dale Mills, with great distinction. Rifa Tasnia Mim. Monique Lucille Miro, with great distinction. Matea Rose Mitchell, with great distinction. Gregory Dean Moyer. Kyle James Moore, with great distinction. Matthew Alexander Paul Moore. Megan Justine Mossman, with distinction. Wadzanayi Nansikelelo Mukura. Jenna Elizabeth Monday, with distinction. Nitish Mund. Anika Tassin Maisha. Ashlyn Colleen Neighbor, with great distinction. Danielle Ray Nichols, with honors and distinction. Kylie Ray Nicholson. Cheryl Ray Noti. Evan Michael Okranitz. Romina Antonella Okendo Velez, with distinction. Stefan Paul Joseph O'Reilly. Matthew Jeffrey Orr, with distinction. Amy Brooke Ottman, with great distinction. Teresa Lynn Uzdal. Boluatife Opeyemi Oyabemiji. Emery Eve Pommier, with great distinction. Nicole Janet Parker, with distinction. Martin Allen Pearson. Austin Phaneuf. Michael Miran Joseph Pidperhora, with great distinction. Caden Darrell Posnikoff.
Eminent Chancellor, I present Darren Quiring, with distinction. Easton Ray. Jordan Davis Renier. Robin Faley Rempel with great distinction. Joseph Blair William Ross. Courtney Grace Roy. Jason Akash Sanni. Ariel Tiffany Sanders with high honors and great distinction. Emily Elizabeth Sarah with distinction. Becky Shell with distinction. Ricky Ann Schick with distinction. Kayla Schramm. Nicole Jean Sebastian. Tatiana Margarita Segrado Rosesno. Megan Leanne Shuchuk with distinction. Kushbu Shrestha. Sierra Lane Sieben Chubak. Jessica Lorraine Sloboda. Brett Sloboshan with honors and distinction. Travis James Smith. Mark Andrew Snyder with distinction. Jesusa Salonga Solmarano. Curtis Anthony Sorostat. Riley William Stefaniak. Logan Wayne Harold Steeney. Lee William Steichel. Alina Suail with distinction. Amber Rose Simchik, sorry. Gavril Per Larsen Tarasov with distinction. Jutawan Tamudan with distinction. Blair Lauren Gwendolyn Thornton. Daisy Truong. Jet Darlin Tukshu. Troy Charles Tyndall, sorry. Abigail Jane Undershoot. Graham Alexander John Unra. Aaron Joseph Valier. Dustin Mitchell Robert Wagner with distinction. Jillian Lauren Wagner with distinction. Thank you. Catherine Sarah Wall. Adam Robert Wallace with great distinction. Zico Wang with honors and distinction. Zachary Harris Warnock with high honors and great distinction. Travis Michael Wiebe with distinction. Bryce Gordon Wilson. Emma Dawn Wist. Brett Kenneth Wood. Huesi Wu with distinction. Vanessa Wu. Sixin Wu. Yijia Jing. Brooke Jenely Yashishin. Erin Lane Rose Yawoski. Chloe Chuling Yi with distinction. Tina Yu. Zachary Mitchell Uzdebski with distinction. Alexandra Reed Emil Zavislak. Adam James Zbitniff. Yuning Zhang. Siyu Zhu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you this scholar from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on him the degree of Master of Business Administration. I present to you Christian Alexander Campbell. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Junye Chen. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Law, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Juris Doctor. I present to you Jamie Philip Anton with distinction. Thank you. Jeremy Benjamin Barber with great distinction. Matthew Vern Barnes with great distinction. Sierra Lassie Birchall. Robin Amy Bigelow. Deirdre Delaney Brand. Nicole Elise Bree. Ashton Anthony Joseph Brem with great distinction. Shane Joseph Buchanan. Brendan James Campbell. Tristan Joan Campbell. Zachary John Colenso Carter. Taylor Jane Clark. Curtis Patrick Clavel with great distinction. Marek Shane Kotu with distinction. Matthew Bradley Dahl with distinction. Jesse Donovan with distinction. Matthew Stephen Drake. Darcy Joseph Dumont with distinction. Robin Cree Ermin. Chelsea Kathleen Leslie Fielding. Thank you. Liam James Fitzgerald. Thomas Laval Francois with great distinction. Brandon Peter Michael Friesen. Thank you. Aaron Roland Fritzler with great distinction. Fritzler. Andrew Raymond Gaucher with distinction. Derek Michael Gianoli with distinction. Thank you. Daniel Gregory Greiber. Lindsay Nicole Yorth. Blair Alexander Hobkirk with distinction. Thank you. You're welcome. Matthew Peter Holtzhausen. Chanel Rhea Hudson. Arfa Hussein with distinction. Katrina Kaiser Derrick with distinction. Thank you. Daniel Katesman. Emily Athena Kirk. Lindsay Taylor Nibbs with distinction. Thank you. Brady Alexander James Knight with distinction. Thank you. Megan Nicole Lasselle with distinction. Haley Ann Lingelbach. Dustin Stewart Link, with distinction. Jeffrey Littlewood. Sarah Ellen Parker Lowen, with distinction. Nicholas Logan Lusick. Connor Neil Austin Malone. John Jared Colby Mansbridge, with distinction. Kristen Lauren Martinook. Kevin Allen Massey, with distinction. Bailey Ann Massett. Joel Nicholas McClarty. Anthony John Vance Mukelke, with distinction.
That was close. Nearly had the lot out there.
Lisa Grace Morin. Attila Paul Nadori.
Thank you.
Alexa Susanna Pashovitz. James Drew Pearson. Patrick Leo Pichet. Teague Hamilton Pusher, with distinction. Firuz Rahimi, with great distinction. Aidan Ritter, with distinction. Rachel Elise Roach. Nicholas Reed Rowachuk. Emmett Thomas Ruff with distinction. J.C. Kathleen Safnook with distinction. Jenna Lee Sambrook. Laura Rochelle Saya with distinction. Tana Dale Schroe. Audrey Lynn Sembaleras with distinction. Justine Ann Schenner. Andrew David Showalter with distinction. Alicia Megan Dawn Sparks with great distinction. Sierra Anime Sparrow. Desiree Karen Myra Hadubiak Steele with distinction. Anthony David Thera. Emily Milne Tillman. Derek Michael Tucker. Matthew J. Thomas. Thank you. Lauren Chanel Trocchi. Thank you. Jaron Anthony Tuksher. Adam Nicholas Unick with great distinction. Paige Elaine Van der Sijp with distinction. Shayla Marie Verma. Madison Siobhan Walls. Joanne Helena Weeb. Cole Jacob Norman Wilson with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Law and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Laws. I present to you Emily Patricia Harris. Bree Tennille Lowenberger. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates and degrees.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Martin Phillipson, and I'm Dean of the College of Law. I would like to welcome the members of Maria Lynn Freeland's family who are here today and to thank them for joining us. Before her sudden passing in February this year, Maria Lynn had been a Master of Laws degree candidate with the College of Law. She was also an alumna of the college, receiving her Bachelor of Laws from the University of Saskatchewan in 1986, and prior to that, a Bachelor of Arts from Carleton University in 1983. Maria Lynn was a gifted student who had received many awards, including the International Graduate Scholarship from the University of Tasmania in Australia in 1985, and the E.M. Cullerton Scholarship from the Law Society of Saskatchewan in 2010, 2011, and 2012. She was also recognized with the Academic Excellence Award for the highest mark on the bar admission course in 1987. In her professional practice, Maria Lynn first worked as a lawyer and mediator for Mills, Wilcox and Zuck Law Office in Prince Albert from 1986 to 2002. She went on to serve as local registrar for the Saskatchewan Court of Queen's Bench between 2002 and 2007, and then as a Crown prosecutor in Meadow Lake from 2007 to 2010. Maria Lynn was a loving wife to husband Ron Chemez and a proud, supportive mother to her 3 children, Amanda, Victoria, and Nicholas Cruchan. She was a team player who supported and encouraged other students, wanting so much to finish her Master of Laws thesis so she could teach future generations of lawyers. She gave back to those in need and had the highest respect for others, in particular for Indigenous peoples and their culture. She will be remembered for her cheerful, outgoing, and bubbly nature, and will be missed tremendously by those whose lives she touched. Here to accept Maria Lynn's Master of Laws degree are her parents, Bruce and Jean Freeland.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Keith Willoughby. I'm the Dean of the Edwards School of Business. Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, I am pleased to present the Goodspeed Award offered to the most distinguished BCom graduate. On behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, the Spring 2018 Convocation Award winner is Ms. Kayla Schmidt. Kayla is graduating today with great distinction, having earned a cumulative average of 92.05%. I could recite her recognitions, but there's a hockey game tomorrow night, so let me just give you the executive summary. She was awarded the Edwards Undergraduate Scholarship, the Chancellor's Scholarship, and the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners Prize in the Edwards School of Business. As one of our very esteemed accounting majors, she combines academic excellence with meaningful volunteer engagement. She has given of her time to an orphanage in Vicente Guerrero, Mexico. She contributes her enthusiasm at a Calgary drop-in and rehab center. And along with other of our accounting students, she gives of her talent in assisting with her school's income tax preparation program, in which Edwards students prepare tax returns free of charge for the elderly and shut-ins. Kayla is unable to be here today. She's currently employed with KPMG in Calgary while pursuing a CPA designation. But please join me in congratulating Ms. Kayla Schmidt, an absolutely stellar example of academic excellence and community outreach. Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, I'm pleased to present the Paul S. Jasper Chartered Accountant Award, offered to the most distinguished graduate of our Business Administration Certificate Program. And on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, the Spring 2018 Convocation Award winner is Ms. Brandy Louise Morphy. From right here in Saskatoon, Brandy is a proud graduate of Aidan Bowman High School, go Bears, and the Saskatoon Business College. She is currently employed as the executive assistant to the city manager in the city of Saskatoon. Those of you with unpaid parking tickets, she's the person to talk to. She'd like to send some shout-outs today to her fiancé, Stuart, who put up with her disappearing one night every week for the past 6 years while completing the Business Administration Certificate Program. She also would like to acknowledge her two sons, Rain and Ronan, the biggest joys of her life. Now, among her many hobbies, Brandy is an avid reader of books, and in fact, she owns the entire collection of Stephen King. So if Stephen King were here today, what would he say to Brandy? Brandy, you might have felt misery. You might have felt desperation, rage, and insomnia. Road work may have interrupted that long walk down the Green Mile. But don't worry, you've taken the stand. You've accomplished the needful things, and your future is shining. Congratulations, Brandy. Please get a photo over here.
Your Honor and distinguished college alumnus Tom Malloy, Lieutenant Governor, alumnus Roy Romano, Chancellor, honored guests Judge Sanjeev Anand, former Dean of the College, honored alumnus Gord Wyant, and former gold medalist and Dean of the College, Beth Bilson. I'm delighted to award the Law Society of Saskatchewan Gold Medal, which goes to the student in the College of Law with the highest academic standing in the graduating class. The winner of the 2018 medal is Erin Fritzler. Aaron is originally from Lumsden, Saskatchewan. After completing his law exams a few weeks ago, he's been traveling, including some time in China, before beginning work as a clerk, I should say. I'll get the transatlantic pronunciations right eventually a clerking position with the Court of Appeal for Saskatchewan. He has developed a real love for the law during his time at the college, and he can't imagine working in any other field. He says he's privileged to have studied at the College of Law. I know we were privileged to have him as a student, and he's thankful to have studied under such supportive and knowledgeable faculty. During law school, Aaron participated in a number of moot teams. I had the privilege of judging his first-year moot and nominating for the Mooting Prize, which he won that year. I knew right then that Aaron was a naturally gifted oral advocate, and I expect great things from him in the future in the field of oral advocacy. He's an outstanding public speaker. He placed on several moot teams, including the Western Moot Team that placed second in the McIntyre Cup, and he also served on the Saskatchewan Law Review's Board of Editors. He's enjoyed studying alongside his classmates and found the College of Law to have a strong and warm community. It's a huge privilege to award on behalf of my colleagues in the College of Law and the Law Society of Saskatchewan, I'd like to commend Aaron on his well-deserved achievement in his humility and his collegiality. Please join me in congratulating Aaron Fritzler.
Could I direct your attention to the video screen for a message from the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association?
Well, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished platform guests, this brings our convocation ceremony to a close. But before we do, I would like to thank a number of people. First, Darren Olerking and the University Wind Orchestra, our vocalist, yes, please. Our vocalist, Angela Urichanin, our drum group, the Buffalo Boys Productions, our traditional knowledge keeper, Henry Gardapi, our sign language interpreter, Dean Weeb, and if I may, my old pal, the new Lieutenant Governor, Tom Malloy, for being here as well. And of course, I cannot forget the teams, and there are many of them, from the Convocation Office and the Office of the University Secretary President, all of whom play an important role in making these ceremonies a tremendous success. Thank you very much for your work. Finally, a brief word now to the graduates. First of all, congratulations. You have studied hard to earn your degree, and I wish you continued success throughout your lives, both personally and professionally. It is our hope that, thanks to your precious experience here, your education has prepared you to meet some of our challenges, such as how to heal an injured child, how to make art that performs people's perspectives, how to protect the human right, how to engineer homes to shelter us, how to write a poem that explains the feeling of loss or joy, how to deploy capital, how to ensure that food production demands are met, or to sum up all of this, how to design and work for a just state. Earning your degree will show you value for a lifetime to come, and the education you have received here from this great University of Saskatchewan has prepared you to meet these challenges head-on. My advice is this: follow your dreams, because that's where you'll find your true passion. And in the end, that's what we want for each graduate of this great university, the University of Saskatchewan. Thank you very much. Now, one final request. I ask you to please rise for God Save the Queen and remain standing for the departure of His Honor, the Honorable Tom Malloy. Please then remain in your seats until the platform party has left the stage. Again, thanks for participating.
God save our gracious Queen.